Team 5 tonight, EnviroSeed. Come on out.
Thanks, Sean. Hi guys, we're EnviroSeeds. I'm Gertje, and we actually have a transformative solution to the negative impact of the New Zealand farming system on the environment. But we need some help to make regulatory change to actually be able to do what we're proposing to do. So this is my friend Natalie. Natalie is a farmer. Natalie and her husband farm in central Otago. They're quite passionate about farming, and you might be able to actually see that they love their cows. They would never want to stop farming, but at the same time, they also really, really want to have children. And they want their children to enjoy everything that New Zealand has to offer, right? That includes clean water. It includes a clean environment. So what's the problem here? Why is this kind of creating an issue for them? Well, if we're looking at a pastoral farming system, like imagine that this is Martin's and Natalie's farm. So Natalie and Martin are putting on fertilizer in order to grow more grass, in order to feed their cows. Those cows then eat the grass that has grown from all that fertilizer, but the problem is that that grass is actually not really efficient in the use of that fertilizer, so it contains more nutrients than the cows are able to even handle. That means that the cows end up peeing a lot of that out. So those surplus nutrients then end up going where? They go into the soil, and from the soil they go into the waterways. This means that Natalie and Martin are now in a situation where they're basically, by doing one thing they love, standing in the way of doing the other thing that they would love once it happens. So we kind of came into this being very passionate about one particular thing. We all believed that genetically modified plants can solve a lot of those wicked problems, those problems that we cannot solve by plugging the problem into a machine. We actually have to have people looking at it. And we looked at kind of the global landscape, and we found other solutions that people have come up with where they've used genetically modified plants to address something, for example, a certain disease. It's been done in papayas, it's been done in bananas, but also people have changed the nutritional profiles of plants, for example, of ryegrass. There are 6 million hectares of improved pasture in New Zealand. A lot of that actually contains ryegrass. So we thought we bring those global solutions back into New Zealand, and we see if we can find a solution for this problem. So if we look at this farm again, and we actually think about nutritionally efficient plants, nutritionally efficient ryegrass. We know how to genome edit an organism quite cheaply and efficiently and quite safely. We know what we're doing. We know the gene to make ryegrass more nutritionally efficient. So what we can do is actually, we can put Natalie and Martin in a position where they can manage with a third less fertilizer. They can put in pasture by putting in forage varieties that is actually capable of working off a third less fertilizer. This means that their cows, all of a sudden, are not actually peeing out that much stuff that we don't really want in our waterways. And we can give our waterways back to the actual inhabitants by keeping them clean. So by changing this, and not even this, we're changing a tiny, tiny little piece of this. We're changing the tiniest cog that we can possibly find in this production system. We can actually create ripples that go not just through the industry, but actually throughout the entire country. We can create benefits for everyone by doing this. We can save costs for the farmers. They have to buy less fertilizer. But at the end of the day, that's not actually, that's not saving them that much money. But we can also help them meet their regulatory requirements. We can help them hit the nitrogen capping that's coming. We can make them have less negative impact on the environment, which means that we can actually help bridge the divide between town dwellers and farmers, because all of a sudden farmers are not those people that are ruining the environment for no good reason, why I'm living in Auckland or in Wellington and being a hipster, and So, but also this would actually, getting this implemented would put us in a position where we can use the best tools, we can use the best technologies, we can actually create the best outcomes that we possibly can. And we thought, well, you know about GMOs. It's kind of a scratchy topic, isn't it? So we actually put out a survey and we asked people if we could genetically modify grass to help farmers keep our waterways clean. Should farmers be using it? And this is the answer that these are the answers that we got. We thought we were going to put this out and people were going to come back and say, nah, GMOs. But actually, people came back and said, yes, yes, please do it. And so 66% said yes. Another 26% said, maybe, give me more information. Only 8% of the people that we asked, and these are only almost 130 people, so unfortunately it was overnight, but this means that we actually might have a case here. We don't have that roadblock that we were thinking we have. And now we need to, you know, we know what to do. We know exactly what to do. We need to find a team. We need to find people that would actually do this, and we want them to be passionate about this because we are passionate about this, right? But we also need to build a wider survey. We need to find out if we actually have the social license that we think we might have from the information that we've gathered so far. But what we really, really need to do is change the regulations. We need to create a situation where we are actually legally allowed to do this. So if you actually think you might be able to help us with any of that, we're Team EnviroSeeds. People, can you wave? Please wave. So the people that are waving now, if you think you can help us with any of this, please come and find us and talk to us. So thank you.
Thank you. Judges.
Well done. Targeting surplus protein in pastures in lieu of carbohydrate will make a very big material difference. May not go all the way, but it's a big step. Well done.
Just going back to that little pie chart that you have 66%, I'm pretty sure you got a very different answer if you do the survey in California. But I really admire you guys, very courageous, bringing the GMO back in the equation.
Yeah, there's a lot of conversation, and I think I'd look beyond just public opinion to actually intended and unintended consequences of those actions. And I think a little bit more than just iteratively, what are the different transformative ways we can make sure rivers are going to be clean for a very long time.
Thanks. Great comments, judges, on a hot topic. Thank you, Greta. Excellent. Well done.